performance nerves. These are some photos I've taken. I'd explain this one as a caption. Tense will be shifted. It's called How to Explain Yorkshire. If any of you aren't from Yorkshire, what I like about this, it's clear, it's direct, there's no malice born. Here, this is called Petty Rules Ought to be Broken. As you can see, it was taken at Harrogate, and I think that what amuses me is the fact that they actually put a bench there, and then they put the sign there. Surely if they just removed the bench, it would have been a lot easier. This is difficult to read, but this actually reads, under 25s should be gassed. Now, I have no idea what stimulated this particular outpouring of community spirit, but it rather disappoints, I think. It certainly wasn't here on the campsite. This simply prompted me to think that J.K. Rowling never really mentions what happens to those witches and wizards who don't actually do that well in their owls. Maybe this is where they end up, on the providing better services. In talking about better services, this was taken in a rather salubrious area of Bradford, which is called Meeting a Local Need, that you can actually now buy your alcohol for 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week, which I think maybe it would be good for festival spirit, but not necessarily in the community. I'd call this word salad. Each word means something, but added together, it comes up with something which is a non sequitur, non-alcoholic flaw. I don't know what that means. I saw this sign outside a pub. It reads, husband creche, is he getting under your feet? If so, stop him, leave him here whilst you shop. All you need to do is pay for his drinks. I think it's a wonderful idea and should be adopted more broadly. Very quickly, you can see we speed through these things. Anybody here from Scotland? No, fantastic. This is taken in a Scottish restaurant. It says bacon rashes, but I presume it's a phonetic spelling. Maybe it's bacon rashes. So anyway, it's a very expensive hotel, surprised. This has become more common, but I took this photo in a Dublin gentleman's urinal. What I can't quite get my head around is the combination of sweets and Durex. But I guess if we could call this My Bubblegum Tastes Funny, but look at the size of the bubbles. This is a classic joke. Sunbridge Road, again in Bradford. The original name of this company was Canal Packing, and somebody has rather humorously removed the C. Timeless gag, I love that. This is Tesco's in Ilkley. As you can see, Welsh Lady Ass Fudge. Afterwards, you can ask me what the ass stands for, and I shall let you know. I'm a bit distraught about this one. This is actually modelled as a children's toy, but the kind of party that I see Spider-Man going to armed with those doesn't really go with my mind as to what sort of thing a children should be playing with. There's something on Saints Row 3, though, that reminds me of that. These are called before and after sex mints. This was in a shop in Bradford. They generally were labelled before and after, but what you can't read in the brackets, it says or instead of mints. They're clearly a quality product well past their sell-by date. This is Thornton's Arcade in Leeds. This is, we can see William Tell, Richard the Lionheart. But what gets me is just the length of their tunics. I'll call this one Putting the Camp in Campanology. We're moving on to food now. What I like about this is these jumbo hot dogs come with 4 varieties of meat. We have chicken, we have pork fat, pork collagen, and beef collagen. And of course, natural smoke flavour. I'm not sure what natural smoke flavour is. This is a Zen packet of tomato sauce because it says it may contain a lot of ingredients. Nuts, peanuts, but it may also contain the breath of a unicorn or indeed the tears of the indentured slave that made it. Where products go to die, TK Maxx, we've all stood queuing waiting for our things, and I saw this here, rim dippers. I'm not entirely sure what it's for, but I know that after using it, it made my arse very itchy. This is a shop where they sell past the sell-by-date kind of items. I wondered which marketing committee decided that wet mango would make an appealing name for a drink. Does anybody want a sip of my wet mango? It's just pretty distasteful. This is in Hack Supermarket. Again, I think the joke speaks for itself rather. But yeah, they weren't that expensive, but maybe booby juice is not that expensive or quality a product. And finally, I have a photo here of a dead rat, quite a big one, and I wrote a poem about it. I can tell by the tread marks left on your back, the spread of your guts squashed on the tarmac. The evidence is in, the imprint is clear. Painful, ironic, it was a good year. Thank you.
Russell Allen, ladies and gentlemen, and he wanders back into the crowd.